Now today's class we discuss about the working principle of the ring counter. There are so many applications using this ring counter. The application is like that it counting to generate the different types of counting states and different types of clock outputs depending on the different hardware. So typical ring counter is made of D flip-flop or JK flip-flop, anyone, connected in cascade with non-complemented output of the last stage connected as an input to the first stage. Okay, so first of all, here we design ring counter, 4-bit ring counter using D flip-flop. It's also designed by JK flip-flop because we know that the JK flip-flop is converted to D flip-flop. So using D flip-flop, the 4-bit ring counter is presented. First of all, this is one D flip-flop, these LSB bit, these two are middle D flip-flop bits. This is the MSB bit of the D flip-flop, and this is a clock input. All clocks are short together. All clocks input are short together. The short circuited and connected to the main clock, and here one clear bar. This clear bar is connected to directly plus VC. Okay, and the remaining clear bar output, the harder is, it's not very complicated. This is clear input. This not clear. This is known as preset input. This preset input, one NOT gate is connected here, and through this NOT gate, this clear bar is connected, this clear bar is connected, and this clear bar is connected. Okay, and from this preset, it is directly connected to the set input of this D flip-flop. So this is D0 bit, this is Q0 bit, this is D1 bit, this is Q1 bit, and this output is connected to this output connected to D2, this is Q2, this output is connected to D3, and this is Q3. This is hardware diagram first of all, and the first LSB bit of the D is directly connected from this Q3 bit, and also here present Q3 bar. Okay, and these all clear input are active low. Should be remembered that this all clear bar is active low. This is also one clear bar. This is also one clear bar. This is also one clear bar for individual D flip-flop. Okay, so now this is the output of Q3. This is the output of Q2. This is the output of Q1. This is the output of Q0. So now we discuss about the sequence. So now what is the sequence? So before applying any clock, first of all preset apply here. First of all preset here you apply active low. If preset is active low, then this is active high. So all clear are inactive, and but this set is active. If the set input is activate, so the output is equal to 1. So first of all, the initial state, we write here the initial state Q3, Q2, Q1, Q0. The initial state, this is 0, this is 1, and the all remaining bit equal to 0. Okay, now we apply the clock. So now if we apply this clock, then this 1 is shifted here, and again this bit coming 0 because we preset is remains high. If this preset is remains high, then this set input is inactivate, but this clear, if this is high and this is low, for this low, this all clear bar is activated and the output equal to 0. Okay, so now again this is 1 is coming here, so this is 0 1 0 0. So if we again apply this clock, so the 1 is shifted in this bit, and if we apply again, this 1 is shifted here. So it's look like this 1 is shifted from one state to another state. That means one value to another value, one state to another state, or one bit to another bit. Okay, so and for the last, when it coming out from the Q3 bit, this Q3 bit, this bit again, this is basically the output of the Q3 bit is connected to the D0 bit. So again one is come here. So now if we apply clock again, then one is present at the Q0 output. So this is the state diagram of 4-bit ring counter.